Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi,
Okay,
hon. How
perfect.
you doing?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. Holidays are flying by real fast.
Aren't they? I'm glad we get another holiday this week, but the interruption of like
Yeah,
people out this week, people out next week is difficult.
it's really difficult. I completely agree. I don't know a better solution except for having the whole thing be a holiday, just right through. I mean,
Look, if someone wanted to pay me for it, I'm 100% on board.
yeah, exactly. Cool. So the way this will work is we'll first kind of talk through if you've used it in the past, what's worked for you, what hasn't worked. I read through your questionnaire, so you have like the perfect hair type. Your hair is like naturally trying to form a curl. So
Trying.
it's trying, and then this just gives it a little edge. So we'll then I'll give some prep tips based on like what you've done in the past, what I think would work best, and then we'll go through wrapping it together to make sure we're able to keep it, comfortable and secure, and you're creating the curl shape you like and point out tips along the way. Is there anything else that you like kind of want to focus in on? Uh,
Any tips on getting the curls a little bit higher because my hair is so long and heavy? It like they just when I did it before, like it worked, but it only worked from about like my ears down.
Got it. Okay. And
And
is
so I
this
was
more,
like,
do you want it through the back as well, or more like face framing?
more face framing would be
Okay.
ideal. Like it doesn't have to be at the back.
Okay.
I'll take it at the back though. I use my hair curling for a lot of like performances and stuff. And so the more curl, the better. And then the other thing was just how to make it stay longer.
Okay.
Because I did it this last weekend and I got like 3 or 4 hours out of it and then it just all fell apart. But I did spray it with hairspray after I took it out. And I don't know if there's any tips, tricks for like spray
Yep.
it before, cleaner hair, dirty hair, wet, dry.
Awesome. Okay. Can totally help with that. Before we do that, what kind of performances do you do, hon?
I do burlesque.
That is so cool. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, we got to get the curls good then.
Yeah, and this is what I'm looking for a solution that does not take me 2 hours to do my hair
Yeah.
and curl every piece of it. Yeah, to use my
Awesome.
natural hair. So
Cool. And then where are you based? I'm asking because of like humidity purposes.
I am in Denver, so we don't
No,
humidity does not exist here.
it's perfect. Okay. We don't have to worry about that. Awesome. Cool. So when you did it in the past, did you do it on totally dry hair or did you lightly dampen it first?
So I kind of did it in the same situation that it is now, where it is mostly dry, but it is slightly damp from the shower. Like it was fully wet, and then I let it dry for like an hour or two before. So you can still feel that it's damp, but it is not wet.
Okay. Would recommend your hair be 100% dry, especially like I just came out of the shower too. So do as I say, not as I do right now.
Fair enough.
But what happens when you come out of the shower is the water will stick at your roots,
Mhm.
basically longer, which is where you don't really want it to because it's going to cause it to give you kind of more of a flat helmet look. And then it
Okay.
dries very quickly from the lengths, which means it's not going to really hold a curl shape as well in the lengths, which is where you want the curl shape to be. So recommend, I'll send you a recording of this as well. So if that's helpful, I
Okay.
see you taking
I'm
notes.
sorry. I'm just taking notes too because that's what I do.
Go for it. So would recommend starting with 100% dry hair. If you do use a blow dryer ever, you can always just like kind of blast it at this point, and try rewrapping it when it's like right after you blow dry it, because your hair is wavy. That might be enough for it to just kind of set with the combination of the heat of the blow dryer. Plus, yeah, if it doesn't work, then same thing. You want 100% dry hair, whether it's blow dryer or air dry, and then lightly dampen it, focused on the ear level down. If you have a spray bottle, it's like a microfine mister. Those are great. Do you have one of these? If you don't, you can use a
I do.
washcloth. You do. Okay. So yeah, you just want to like, focus on like the lengths and just get it lightly damp. And for your hair type, I think that'll be plenty. It's really just so it's cool to the touch here down with the
Okay.
water. Um, if you ever want like extra, extra hold, throw a dollop of mousse into the spray bottle, shake it up, and then spray it. like an egg size shape. So it's like half mousse, half water, shake it,
Mhm.
um, and then spray it. You're just putting a little less product is more. Otherwise, it'll just kind of like weigh your hair down more.
Yeah.
And then for like extra hold, I'm trying to think. I'll give you one wrap technique that like will create like the most like spirally curls so that
Mhm.
that combined with any of the things we just talked about, you should be good to go. Um, but another one in terms of hairspray, I usually like if I'm going to recommend hairspray, the one that I've found and has been recommended a bunch as well is the Got to Be Freeze Blast. We have no affiliation with them whatsoever. We get no kickback. So like, but it's the one that they actually use to make mohawks.
Okay. All right.
Like
Good
so
to
so
know.
what I mean by that also is like keep it far from your hair when you use it and less is more because if you do it close it's just gonna like glue it in. But I'm thinking for performances, I don't know if that's helpful. Which one do you use? You probably have a whole kit that like is ready to go here.
I've got the it's got to be, but it's a like supposed to be a humidity proof hairspray.
Well, yeah, that's good.
It's
Granted,
good. I would say just like it doesn't keep them it still doesn't keep them long term as it's because it's not really that glue, but the glue one I have heard people using, and
yeah.
I've also had people use a like a shellac thing where you spray it on your hair and then curl it, which
Oh,
like
cool.
locks it in, but it does make them like it like they're one dimensional. Like it does not it moves as one object. It does not move as anything individual, right? You're like, oh look at my helmet.
Yeah. I haven't heard of that one. That one's called like it's a shellac. Is that just like the phrase for what it's
Um
called? I'm
let me
curious on that one.
let me look up the name of it right here from my Amazon. Someone another performer recommended it to me and I tried it, but it just it is so
I know I can picture it from like, I don't know, like the cheerleading movies. I'm trying to think of the name.
yes,
But their hair
yes,
is just like,
absolutely.
yeah, like perfect little like, I don't know, spiral that don't move.
Yeah, they're perfect spirals. They never go anywhere. It's ORIBE,
Yep.
soft lacquer heat styling. Yeah, it is a lacquer heat styling spray. But it's funny because it's not currently available on Amazon anymore. Um,
That makes sense. Amazon's a little dubious, so they probably
it
pull,
is
yeah, they're probably getting counterfeits and stuff and don't
probably. I go directly to like the brand sites to order stuff. So
hurt.
because
Yep.
I just don't trust what I get on Amazon.
Yep. Yep. As a brand that sells on Amazon, we feel you. We think that's the right approach. Yeah, we went through the right
Mhm.
too.
It's a great way to find a brand, and then I'll reach out to the brand for anything subsequential. Like, be like, all right, let's just go straight to you.
We thank you for your service. It's a difference for us too. Cool. All right. So yeah, I think those are all good tips. Any more questions on like the prep front? No? Okay, cool. Then we can go into wrapping it. I like to make sure that I got the scrunchies on the wrist. Do you have the headband with you?
Yep, I
Awesome.
got the scrunchies here and the
And the
headband here as
beautiful
well.
jade color. Cool. Great. So scrunchies on the wrist. We want our hair brushed and parted into two sections and brought forward. You got it. Perfect. Nailed it. Awesome. And then I like to start by folding the headband in half so the ends are even. And then you put it on your head with that crease right in the middle, and the wire should be facing forward. Perfect. Now, have you,
Wire facing forward. Okay.
yeah, if it's backwards, it'll feel like it's sliding backwards. If it goes
Okay.
back. Yep. So forward. And then have you practiced the pigtail thing to kind of lock it in place? If not, we'll take it together slow.
Let's take it together. I tried it. It didn't go well.
No
It looked
problem.
kind
No,
of like a
that's what
hot
we have
mess.
these here. All right. Are you a righty or a lefty, Jennifer?
Lefty.
Lefty. Okay. So we'll put the right hand on top.
Okay.
And let me see. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're lefty. So right hand on top. And then with your left hand, you want to swoop in. Perfect. Grab all the hair. And now we're going to pull it towards our face, up and over.
Towards our face, up and over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, Perfect. And you kind of want to keep the hand here if I make it a little bit easier for you to see. So when we keep grab the hair, it's kind of like by the ear that we're grabbing it towards our face, up and over. So you're keeping it close, and then you're just using the back of your fingers to kind of pop up the end. Nailed it.
Okay.
Once you're in that position, you're in a good spot. Here, you're just
Okay.
pushing the end backwards, wrapping it around
Perfect.
so that you just want to wrap it around a couple times though, Jennifer, so that it makes a pigtail. So it just makes like an ad hoc. Yeah, nailed it. So it feels a little tight so that the headband's not going to like slide around while we're wrapping it.
Okay.
Perfect. All right,
Ooh.
cool. So now we can work on the other side. We're going to grab a small front section. For this half of the head, I'm just going to do it like the traditional way,
Mhm.
keeping in mind you want the curls to start like higher up. And then on this side, I'm going to give you another way for like really long lasting curls.
Okay.
So I'll give you two ways. This is a more like conventional approach. All right, so we grab our first section. To get the curl started like higher up, you just want to grab it like closer to your part line. So that's a great section. You take
Okay.
it lower down, obviously, like the first curl is going to hit here. So if you want it to start higher up, grab it closer to the part line here, and you go over and under. Beautiful. And now we're going to grab another section right underneath the first small section and combine it. Perfect.
Should you be grabbing from like the back of your head
Good
or just the front?
question. So I would say just the front, if you don't care if it's like a little bit more flat in the back, just in the front, it'll help it like feel more secure.
Okay.
When you grab it more from the back this way, the headband
Mhm.
ends up like shifting backwards. So it
Makes
feels like it's
sense.
sliding.
Mhm.
Um, but the curls will start sooner in the back that way. So if you ever
Okay.
do want to play with that, you can.
Okay.
Yep. So repeat again, grab that section, combine it. Perfect.
Combine, move. This is, an exercise in like rub your tummy, pat your head.
And then doing it on Zoom, it's like a little dyslexic too. Everything's like flipped as well. So
Yes, you're like, it's a mirror. No, it's not. Okay.
perfect. And then we'll do another one, grab another small section. And now you should be probably around the ear. I think I was looking at you. Yeah, by the
Yeah.
ear. So we could wrap that over and then under. So go, yep. Did you already wrap it?
Yep, I'm
Okay.
here at my ear.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So with that section, again, wrap over and then under. Perfect. And now we're going to grab all the hair because we hit the ear and combine it into one section. And while I do it, one thing to note, you're holding the headband out here. Just try to like bring it closer to your jawline.
Okay.
So when you're wrapping it, because that'll just help. Yeah, perfect. And then you just wrap it all the way down and until you get to the end. And if you need more space, you can always like kind of push the hair up like you would a long
Okay.
sleeve shirt.
Yeah, I have really thick hair, so my hair's like, oh no, no, we need twice as much space as everyone else.
It's a
Does
good
it do
problem to
any?
have.
I guess. If it does it do anything weird if you like wrap it over itself? Like,
Nope, it
okay,
doesn't.
so if
So
I wanted to do like this, like kind of wrap it up a little bit the other way.
yep,
Okay.
you can totally do that too. Depending on your hair length, would recommend, yeah, you can definitely like rewrap the same end bits, especially because your hair tends to get like finer towards the bottom. But
Yeah.
yeah, the one thing you do want to have like a little bit of space at the bottom. So just kind of smush it up a little bit if you can. Yeah, you might have wrapped it too tight down there, but
I
that's
might
okay.
have wrapped it too tight. All right, let's
Yeah,
let's
let's take
go a
it from
little looser
here.
here.
Perfect. One,
Okay, 3.
perfect.
Like
Yeah,
that
that's
enough?
good. That's
Okay.
enough. This is just to lock it in place and to give
Yeah.
it like the twists if we want. And then we just add our scrunchie.
And I'm guessing the scrunchie goes over the end of the hair, so like
The
if I'd rewrapped it kind of moving back up, I want it to be where the end actually is.
exactly. I usually like the first wrap of the scrunchie, I usually put it like kind of higher up so that you lock all of this in place. And then the
Mhm.
second wrap, I kind of move it down so that you capture the end, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah. That makes
Perfect.
sense.
Cool. You're good. You're good, Jennifer. It looks good. We could clean it up on the other side. This is why we get the second bite of the apple here. You
Okay.
did a great job. A plus already. It's just little tips here. Cool. All right. So now we can repeat similar process, but I'm going to give you one little additional thing to do while you're doing it. So we're going to grab that front section again. Small front section. Perfect. And we'll pull it, wrap it over once. And then you can wrap that same section over again a second time. And since you have really long hair, I would say even like a third time.
Ah, okay.
And so basically, you'll be doing that. Then you add your next section
Okay.
and then wrap it once, twice, three times. And this is going to create like really like more defined spirally curls that are going to really last, you know.
Perfect.
Perfect. So then add another section.
Maybe help me save a little bit of room at the end too.
Yep, hopefully. Wrap it once,
Twice.
twice, three times. Perfect.
And then we
Add
do.
another section.
Um, how many sections do you usually want to see before you get to the ear? Like three, four,
Uh,
five?
I would say for you, probably four or
Okay.
five because we're starting the small sections higher up. Normally, we start the small first section here. So you're
Okay.
getting like an addition, and there would be three. But for you, I would say four or five if you want to start them like kind of higher up.
Okay.
Like we're
Makes
doing.
sense.
And then one thing to note is kind of keeping the headband like closer in. So this is what I was talking about before, but like when you wrap them, it just means that like the curl is going to be all loose here. Like no curl because you're holding it out here when you add the hair,
Yeah.
then you release it, it becomes kind of flat. So that's
Okay.
one
Yeah. Keep it tighter into your
into
jaw.
your jaw, bingo,
Okay.
and you're closer to your scalp. Yeah, cool. And then we're at the ear now, it looks like. Yep,
Hmm.
cool. Now we'll add all the hair. And you're pulling it the opposite way. So you went, let me see, I'll mirror you. You went this way. So
Yeah.
not go that way. Yep, there you go. Yep, perfect. Yeah, we're just keeping it consistent with the same way that your direction you were wrapping the other ones.
Makes sense.
Yep.
My hands say, no, no, we're just going to do it the same each side.
Perfect.
And this side has a lot better. There's a lot more
Yeah,
room on
I
it.
think that's what I was thinking. This side looked a little short, so I think it still got a little spun around while we were playing with it.
A little bit, but I think also by like starting wrapping it like three times up here, I don't have as much left by the time we get down to
Oh,
the
that's
end.
good. Okay, yep,
Yeah.
perfect. Even
So
better.
it like fits more like yours does, versus the
Yeah.
rest of my hair was like, you haven't done anything with me yet.
Perfect. And even more reason to do that type.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. And then once we've done that, you can twist the headband kind of like away from your face to tighten it.
Okay.
Yep, nailed it. And then if you want to do the headband look to just let it, sit that way while you dry it, you just cross the ends in the back, switch hands. The one that's under, I tuck it over. One that's over, I just tuck it under. This kind of just like grabs those extra pieces too. You can do it any which way is comfortable though. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Nailed it, honey. Nailed it. And then you just want to make sure we wear it until your hair is 100% dry. So
Mhm.
overnight is always, yeah, you'll be fine. But otherwise like a couple hours at least, depending on how wet your hair is. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
Cool.
makes total sense.
Awesome. Any other questions for me?
I don't think so. Thank you so much. This was very helpful. Just the little tips and tricks. Like I'll keep playing with it until I figure out how to make it work exactly the way I want, but these are super helpful.
Awesome. I'm so happy to hear it. I'll give you a couple other things, just like when you're taking it down. You don't have to follow me on this one, but when you take it down, we twisted to tighten it. Just twist the other way. It'll loosen it up so it slides out easier.
Okay.
Pretty. Yeah, it just helps, especially with the side where we triple wrapped it. You kind of want to loosen it up because it's going to be more locked in place.
Okay.
You take all your hair down, and if you ever want to like make more curls out of the curls that come out, like I said, my hair is wet. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Uh, you can just take a small section and finger curl it in the same direction that you were wrapping. You can easily tell which direction that is because it'll just
Mhm.
pop right into those curls. So you can make like 100 smaller curls or 5 smaller curls, whatever you want, just by doing that, and it makes them more defined. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's just like the last little tip on that front.
Okay. Perfect.
Cool. Well, thank you,
Excellent.
Jennifer, for being our curl friend. It was so nice to meet you. If you have any other questions, you can always sign up for another one of these. More than happy to help. And
Okay, perfect.
thank you for, yeah, for everything
Yeah.
here.
Thank you so much for doing this. This is great. I'll let you know if I have more questions.
Awesome. Sounds good. Have a good one.
Okay.
Bye,
You too.
Jennifer.
Bye.